People, Deluded, I'm back again, a quick one. Now, I didn't watch the game, Gillingham versus Southend. I've only seen the highlights and read match reports and spoken to people I know that are on the ground and them sort of things. And Zech Medley played 90 minutes in his first, start for them. They play Hull on Saturday, I believe. They played in the EFL Trophy, defeating Southend 1-0, 1-0. Trae Coyle came off the bench and got a couple of minutes as well. And, this is what we want to see. Both of them young, 19 odd years of age, 19, 20 for Medley, I believe. They're trying to make inroads and develop as professional footballers. It's their first spell away from Arsenal. So yes, they've got to do the business in League One. Like I said, they're playing on Saturday. So to a degree, I know Coyle was on the bench and Medley started, but it's the new season. You're playing for opportunities. Their manager wasn't quite enthusiastic about this trophy, and has more or less said, in other words, I want to throw it away. I don't really care for it. But these players can only play what's in front of them. And for Medley, I believe he grew up around them Gillingham sides, or not too far, so he's actually a local lad. So when you think about it, was Gillingham, for them, for football as well as off-field and, family and stuff, was the move to Gillingham considered with that in mind? I don't know. It looked like they played a 3-5-2 and Medley was part of that. They kept a clean sheet, but based on the highlights, people, it did look like backs against the wall defending. Southend hit the post a couple of times. Medley made a couple of clearances. There was a couple heart-in-mouth moments from Gillingham with that Southend post. But at the end of the day, both players played their first minutes in a proper game, not friendlies for their teams. They got the 1-0 victory and they moved forward to hold people. Like I said, Medley made a couple of important blocks. There was a red card in the game as well, so there was everything, if I remember correctly. It had everything, and obviously in the Cagliari Cup potentially it could be Coyle and Medley versus Ben Shafe, who's on loan at Coventry, because Gillingham and Coventry will be playing each other in that trophy. Like I said, both players have to just focus on play on Saturday now. They start their season against Hull. Their manager, though, in relation to the EFL trophy, he said, "I don't hide it. The competition has no interest to me, none. Do I want to win the game come Tuesday at 5:30? I want to win. The Cagliari Cup had no interest to me, but when it came, I wanted to win it. Will we make changes? And we are playing a good side. Probably. When it comes to resources, they have more than us." So yeah, man, that was a segment a while ago in relation to how he sees cup competitions. But it's nice to see, and for Medley as well, obviously it's nice to see him get exposed to playing against senior professionals, specifically strikers. Coyle, when he starts, can say the same as well. You want to see them come back more confident in their abilities of breaking in at Arsenal. You want to see them come back dramatically better players. Like Coyle, you want to see him doing things quicker because he's been exposed to that level, a tiny bit stronger. For Medley, you want to see certain aspects of his game that I saw at 23's level. I don't really want to see now. And it will be a long season, They're both going to have to be able to play, Medley played quite well in this game. It's all irrelevant if the start of the season you start and you drop a clanger against Hull. You find your way out the team for the next couple of games. So it's about playing with consistency to give their manager confidence so that they can play on a regular basis. Because we know they're young players at Arsenal. We know they've got a future here. But right now, they're fighting for their lives. For this season at least, they're fighting to prove why they decide to be on the team sheet, and that's what they need now. Football is nice, but they don't need niceties. 23s, everybody gets a game. It's all nice and pretty. They're part of this ugly stuff now. So yeah, man, big up to Coyle and Medley doing their thing. Away from that, again, I didn't watch it, but Zach Swanson apparently made his competitive debut in Holland, and his team were thrashed 7-1 by Cumber. He plays for MVV Maastricht, I can't say their name. Matt Smith didn't get off the bench for his loans club. Osei Tutu started on the right wing and played the whole match, obviously, as Cardiff lost 3-0 to Northampton Town in the Cagliari Cup. And when you look at Swanson, Osei Tutu, Medley in particular, Shafe too, who's gone out on loan to Coventry with an option to buy, you're playing to put yourself in Arteta's plans next season or put yourself in the shop window. They're still young, but there's a lot of players at the crossroads where if they're not going to play here next year or have plans next year, they're going to run the risk of doing this loan business and then being discarded. So, every good performance is in your best interest. You might, 6 months down the line, you might boss League One. A championship team might say, you know what, come and play for us for the last 6 months of the season. And that's going to, the higher you play at, the tougher opponents in theory you'll be playing, the better you have to equip. So it's a learning curve, man, and you like to see everybody learn, man. So I'm, you know, in relation to Coyle, in relation to Medley, Smith, Swanson, Tutu, John Jules will join them. I'm pretty convinced in a not too distant future. Watch this space, people. Really watch this space. There'll be, you know, we're supporting all these young players and we wish them all the best on their time out on loan, man. But on that note, there's really nothing more for me to add or keep waffling about. People, DG, out.